Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Please have a seat. Thank you. It is great to see you all. It's good to be back in Pennsylvania. Good to be back in Allentown and Lehigh Valley. There's a lot of wonderful faces here. There are a couple people I want to acknowledge. First of all, the great governor of the great state of Pennsylvania. Please give it up for Ed Rendell. We've got an outstanding congressional delegation that's here. Congresswoman Allison Schwartz is here. Congressman Chris Carney is here. And Congressman Paul Konjorsky is here. We also have Keith McCall, Speaker of the Pennsylvania State House. We've got Ed Pulaski, Mayor of Allentown, but maybe the next member of Congress. We've got John Callahan, Mayor of Bethlehem. I just want to clarify here. Ed's not running. John's running. I got those reversed. So don't vote for Ed, because vote for him for mayor. John's going to be outstanding. And Don Cunningham, Lehigh County Executive. So it's been about a year and a half since I last visited Allentown and Bethlehem, and I was running for office. And while it was a pleasure to be here as a candidate, it's an honor to be here as your president. It really is. Pennsylvania helped put me into office, but thank you. But even on the most trying days, I want you to know that I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve you in these challenging times for America. And I'm grateful for this chance to get out of Washington and spend the day in the Lehigh Valley talking with people about this very tough economy. I just came from Allentown Metal Works, where I had a chance to visit with workers there. And they were working hard, not just to forge the heavy machinery that makes this country run. In fact, one of their projects is actually related to the rebuilding of the World Trade Center and the Twin Towers down there. And so you could just tell the extraordinary pride that the workers take in this project. But like so many others across America, these workers have also been doing the best they can to stay afloat in a brutal recession that has hit folks like them hardest of all. In the 2 years since this recession began, too many members of our American family have felt the gut punch of a pink slip. 8 million Americans have lost their jobs. Every one of us knows somebody who's been swept up by this storm. Neighbors who've lost their homes or their health care, friends who've used up their savings or put off their retirement, relatives who've downscaled their dreams or dropped them entirely, young people who aren't sure whether they can afford their college educations. I've heard these stories from every corner of America, and I see them in the letters that I read every single night. So as we come to the end of this very tough year, I want to do something I haven't had a chance to do that often during my first year in office, and that is to share some modestly encouraging news on our economy. Today, the Labor Department released its monthly employment survey and reported that the nation lost 11,000 jobs in November, which was about 115,000 fewer than was forecast and is about close to zero from the perspective of our overall economy. The unemployment rate ticked down instead of up. The report also found that we lost about 160,000 fewer jobs over the last 2 months than we had previously thought. So overall, this is the best jobs report that we've seen since 2007. And this is good news, just in time for the season of hope. I've got to admit, my chief economist, Christy Romer, she got about 4 hugs when she handed us the report. But I do want to keep this in perspective. We've still got a long way to go. I consider one job lost, one job too many. And as I said yesterday at a jobs conference in Washington, good trends don't pay the rent. We've got to actually grow jobs and get America back to work as quickly as we can. Now, the journey from here will not be without setbacks or struggles. There may be gyrations in the months ahead. There are going to be some months where the reports are a little better, some months where the reports are worse, but the trend line right now is good. The direction is clear. When you think about how this year began, even before I was sworn in, and we were losing 700,000 jobs a month. A month. Today's report's a welcome sign that there are better days ahead. In fact, we were losing more than 700,000 jobs a month. And that's roughly half the size of Philadelphia. Each month, our financial system was on the verge of collapse. Economists were warning of a second Great Depression. You remember. So from the moment I was sworn into office, I began taking a number of difficult steps to end this economic crisis. And by the way, can I just say, I didn't take these steps because they were popular or because they were particularly gratifying to me. They weren't. You can be sure that when I was running for this office, things like saving the banks and rescuing auto companies were not on my to-do list. They weren't even on my want-to-do list. But I did them because they were necessary to save our country from even greater catastrophe. We also took steps to unlock our frozen credit markets so average Americans could get the loans that they needed to buy a home or a car, to go to college or